Hello everybody, we're back with another deck tech video. This is my Lightning Earth version of that Fusoya deck. This time it's a little bit different. We're going to run the Gestalt Lightning package, so we're just going to get right into it. So in the background, of course, there is the FFDecks setup, so you can see all the list of all the cards. There's going to be a link in the description of this actual of the deck, so you can pull it up anytime if you'd like. Leave me comments in the video. Let me know what you think of the deck. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. I run 2 Hero Lightnings. She's just a really easy 2-drop card. You can get first turn haste damage right out there. Unfortunately, she does come back to your hand whenever you play at the end of the turn, but the good thing about that is you can have her in your hand as bait for your other ones. So you just want to get that first point of damage out there. You use this extra special fodder for later. So 2 of those. Again, we're running Cecil in this build too. 3 Hero Cecil. Whenever you take a damage, you choose one forward your opponent controls and deal it 5,000 damage. So that's really important with it, Fusoya. And we'll get into the technical side of that later. Hopefully this one's a little more, organized in my head than the last one was. I do feel this one was a little bit better of a deck. Anyway, we got 3 Noctis from the newest set. Again, his ability, X ability, 3 costs, Earth forward. When you receive damage, choose up to 1 forward. You have 6. If you receive 6 points of damage, break it. After the EX ability, it's when you receive damage, choose 1 forward your opponent controls. Noctis and the other forward deal damage equal to their respective powers to each other. And then his last ability is you pay 2 Earth and 2 regular. During this turn, the damage you dealt with the damage dealt to Noctis becomes 0. A good important thing to also think about when you're running Noctis is you can use him as a blocker and make him invincible by paying with the second ability. So you can block with him all day long, and he's gonna stay invisible, just be able to block everything. So very important card for this deck. Also playing all combos with Fusoya. Next set of cards is I run 2 Cypher in this deck. I just felt like he was a really, good low cost lightning forward. He's a threat whenever he's on the field. You could run the whole, backup that gives him haste as well, but I just felt like him by himself is enough of a threat to make your opponent worry. He's only a 3 cost, 6,000, and he reduces power, so I think he's really important to run in here. You could easily replace him. I just feel like he's a good body to have in this deck. So after Cypher, we have another 3 Cecil. This is a legendary from Opus 5, EX ability, 5 cost, 9k. When Cecil enters the field, choose 1 dual forward your opponent controls. If the cost is equal to or less than the damage you have received, break it. Then a special is Dark. You pay 1 of himself. Choose 1 forward. Cecil deals you 1 point of damage. If the cost is of the forward is equal to or less than the damage you have received, break it. So you're going to use this with your Magic Pot again. You're going to pull it out. All of his abilities are really good. You can have the other Cecil in the field. Use his EX ability, break something. Because remember, you're trying to give yourself controlled damage. So this will combo really well with the other stuff. So you're running 3 of him. Good luck finding him. I know he's gone up in price very recently. So yeah. Then you're gonna run 3 lightning. This is the Opus. I think it was 4. I believe it's 4. Opus 3. She's a hero. Also, she was a promo in the Dissidia game. So important thing about her, she's an EX ability, 5 cost, 8,000. When lightning enters the field, choose 1 card named Odin in your break zone. You may put it to the top of your deck. Super important to control where Odin is in this deck, especially if you're using Fusoya. So if you can comfortably throw those Odins into your break zone for a cost for something else, and then be able to bring it out using your lightning. And then of course her other ability is you can discard 1 Odin. It's called Gestalt Drive. You discard 1 of herself, 1 lightning, and 1 any color, and then you dull her. Discard 1 card named Odin. Choose 2 forwards. 2 forwards of cost 4 or less and break them. The one tricky thing about this special is doesn't just require 1 of her, it also requires an Odin in your hand, which is kind of interesting. It's the only special that I know that works like that. If I'm wrong, please go ahead and correct me in the comments. But yeah, she's really important to have in this deck because she's going to control where your Odin is. So 3 of her. And then the last 2 forwards you're running in this deck is going to be Gabroth. Again, he's just really easy to play out there, especially since you're controlling your damage that you're taking, and the higher damage he is, the cheaper he gets. So he's just really good. for 9k. So I've gotten him out paying 2 to get a 9 out there, and then when he has 6 points of damage, he gets Brave. So he's just really important for this deck. So that's the forwards. Next, we're going to get into summons. Again, we're really heavy on EXs here. Really important since we're running this Fusoya package that we're dealing ourselves control damage with EX abilities, so we're able to maximize the effectiveness of your Fusoya. So you're going to run 2 Ramu. Since you're already dealing so much damage in here, this can be swapped out with the other Ramu that's a 1 cost. It deals 5,000 instead, but I decided to run this one since there's already get damage that's going to be all over the field. So this one says, choose 1 damage forward, deal 7,000 damage. So say you use Fusoya on something, and it's like a tricky number, like a 10,000. Well, this will finish it off, and it's only a 1 cost. So it's a cheap EX ability you can throw in there. I do a 1 of Hekatenkaier because again, this is a free version of Noctis. You can just play this ability without having to take damage for it. So there's that. I run 2 EX Cyclops. This works with the power thing again. So you're EXing, and then all forwards your prone controls lose 3,000 power until the end of the turn. Now it's all forwards, and it's power, not damage. So that's a really important card to run in any lightning deck. So I felt like it was appropriate for this one as well. I do run one version of Hekatenkaier, this version, because this breaks back up. So you're gonna get rid of Minwu, and because Minwu is super devastating against this deck. If they're not being able to take ping damage, then it's gonna shut the whole deck down. So that's to get rid of any backups that might be pesky. I do a 1 of the 4-drop Odin. It's super simple. Choose 1 forward, a 4 or less, and break it. So that's 1 of those. I do 2 Titan. Let me fix my music here again. Sorry, I'm trying to stay without getting copyright strikes. Anyway, we run 2 Titan. Again, he's really important to run. He's an EX ability, 5 cost, and then he's increasing the power of 1 of your forwards, and he's essentially attacking something. So say you have, it's a 7 versus 7, it's going to reduce your opponent's power by, it's going to add 2,000 power to your forward. Oh, is that right? Yeah, so your forward gains 2,000 power, and then it deals damage to the other one for what its power is. So good forward. Sorry, I was thinking another card. And then of course you're running 3 7-drop Odins. You're going to be able to comfortably ditch these into your break zone for CP. Be able to bring that back with that lightning. It's a EX burst, so it's really important to run with your Odin. You're going to be controlling where this is in your deck, so you're going to be able to put this back on top of your deck and ping it and get the most effectiveness out of your Fusoya. It's just choose 1 forward and break it. So you're running 3 of that. And then you're running just 1 Raiden. You can run 2 in here. You'll see why he would be important for this deck. But of course, in any lightning deck, this is a really good card. Choose 2 forwards, remove 1, break the other. Really good stuff. It's very expensive to play this card, but it has a very good ability. So next, we're gonna get into backups. No, I mean we'll do monsters first. I run 2 Magic Pot for obvious reasons. You're gonna be able to Magic Pot that lightning if you want. Get that 5 cost lightning for free. Get that EX ability just like that. Work it with Cecil as well. Just a really good. I love Magic Pot. He's super undervalued, but I really enjoy using him in most of my quite a few of my decks. And then Neo Opus 7 Coral. This is just a really good monster to have in any lightning deck, or any deck actually, because you can play him for free without paying anything. So his 2 abilities: put Coral into the break zone, choose 1 forward, and until the end of the turn, it gains 3,000 power, haste, and first strike and brave. So it's getting him 4 power ups for 2. And monsters don't have summoning sickness, so you can use that immediately. Really good stuff. And then you can just discard from your hand, choose a monster of 1 monster of cost 1, break it, and you can only use this card from your hand. So you can play this card for free and pop a 1 cost monster on your opponent's field. So I just think he's a really effective card, especially that first ability, giving all 4 power ups for only 2. Really important. So and you can swap him out with other things, but I really like him, and I really like to see how he works in this deck. Next we'll go into backups. So we'll start off with Aricia. This is Opus 6. So you dull her and discard. Pay 1 lightning. discard a summon, search for a summon, and it's your hand. It's really important to control where those Odins are, of course. So, yep. And that doesn't work with just lightning summons. It works with any color summons. So, important little note to add. Black Mage. So I really enjoy this card. He costs a little, high, but you pay 2 lightning and dull him. Black Mage, put him into the break zone, choose 1 damage forward and break it. So if there's anything that you just can't finish off with the 19,000 damage coming their way, you can break it up with Black Mage. I run 2 Geomancer because again this deck is really important to run Brave in. So if you're giving your Noctis Brave and you're attacking with him, he can block next turn and he won't die if you use his second ability to make him invincible. So Geomancer, give something Brave. You pay 1 Earth and 1 any color, and then you dull your Geomancer, and that's what it does. You can run multiples of these on the field, which is really nice, versus Mumity, which only allows you to play 1 because she's not a standard unit. Next I do 3 of Seymour. Really good card. It's an EX burst. It came out of Opus 7. It's a rare card. It's pretty good. So when Seymour enters the field, select 1 summon and put it to the top of your deck. That's his EX ability. Then his special is Lance of Atrophy. It's 1 of himself and then 2 lightnings. Reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a summon, you can cast it without paying the cost. So it's really important, again, to be able to control where those Odins are in your deck. If you pull into an Odin, you play it for free. If you pull into a Raiden, you play that for free. You're playing a 9-cost Raiden for free with the Seymour. It's really good. So, yeah, Seymour. Plus, I'm really excited to see how he works. I'm really excited about this Lightning Earth version. It might not be as quick as the other one, the Water one, because the Water one has a lot more draw power. But I'm really stoked about the idea of this deck. And of course, you got your 3 Fusoya. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Choose a forward, deal 7,000 damage to it, and then Fusoya deals you damage. Again, that's controlling the damage that you're taking. That's really important for this deck to be able to bounce off those other abilities. You're running 1 Masked Woman, just like in the other one. Choose a dull forward. If it's cost 4, a dull forward on your opponent's field. If it's 4 or less, break it. I'm running 2 of Momody in here. It's just free. Give something Brave. Again, Brave is very important in this deck. And then I do 1 of this Seymour. So it's 4 cost. When Seymour enters the field, choose 1 forward, 3 or less, and break it. So this is a pretty good Seymour. You'll probably never play this version of the Seymour. You'll probably always play the other one and just use this as bait to use the special. So, alright, let's go through some techs. Again, this is the same tech as the Water one does. So you're really going to be focusing a lot on this Cecil Noctis combo. Find that Fusoya. Alright, so main combo of the deck. If you are going to be controlling where your Odins are, this deck will be even better. So say you have, Odin on top of your field. On top of your deck, because you used this lightning to put him there. You're going to Fusoya into an Odin. Odin's going to break 1 forward on your opponent's field. Fusoya's going to deal 7,000 because you took a damage from Fusoya. Cecil's going to deal 5,000 to something. And because you took a damage, Noctis is going to activate. Noctis is going to deal his power to somebody. So they're going to trade. And then you're going to pay 2 Earth into anything to save Noctis in case that whatever he's battling is stronger than him. So that's 19,000 damage coming your way on top of just breaking something with Odin. So that's the main tech in this deck. It's I'm really excited to see how well that works out. I ran my very first deck, ran this Lightning Odin combo with Fusoya, and it worked decently, but now it's got a more consistent package with Cecil and Noctis here. Again, you're going to be able to do Lightning into what's it called, Magic Pot, to be able to pull off this one. Again, keeping consistency with your Odins. Let's see. Seymour, you can use his special ability to pull off the top of your deck and play, if it's a summon, you play it for free, which is going to, of course, you're going to use your Raiden. That's the focus of that. And then, yeah, otherwise the techs are pretty much the same as the Water Earth one. This one's just more break heavy. Seymour is going to do that extra, 2,000 power, so this is going to lower everything. So actually, Cypher, I call him Seymour. Cypher with Noctis is really important. So if you're attacking with Cypher, I'm not sure how. I mean, the order of things might not work out very well, but if you're able to get that damage, the 2 across the board, then it makes Noctis a little safer to stay around the board. So you might have to pay that second ability to keep him on the field. So that's another thing to think about. So that's my little deck tech. Let me know what you think in the comments. These are my very first deck tech, so I know they're kind of messy and everything like that, but I do appreciate the feedback if you want to give it to me. So yeah, let me know what you think. Go view the deck on FFDecks if you feel like making a version of this deck. The link will be in the description. And again, I'm Steven from Royal Light Podcast, and you guys have a good night.